Greetings one and all from the White Mountains of Arizona. We're back again with another channeling video, and we're between storms of hail and snow in March. So we're out and we're ready to channel something interesting. I think AI, I don't know too much about it, so please forgive me. My questions aren't the greatest. I haven't used it, but I do believe that the matrix or the cube that we're living in is controlled partly in some way by AI, and we just want to get some more answers on it. We don't know who's putting out the current available AI, the one that's available to the public, so we want to get some information on that. And please remember that, this is only going to resonate with some people, I suppose, people on our wavelength, so take what works for you. Leave the rest. Pass it through your own filter always. We're just going to wait for Tara to get connected here.
Okay.
All right. Who are you connected to?
An Atlantean.
Atlantean. So what dimensional frequency is this Atlantean?
6.
Okay. And why is it qualified to answer our questions about AI?
I said because it went through something very similar at one point, a division of sorts, and it had to deal with technology to some degree.
So you're saying that our two-world split's going to be dependent on technology in some way?
Yes, in some way.
Will one side choose technology and the other side run away from it?
Not such a stark contrast in that sense, but more understanding the positive and the negative within such a technology, and understanding that that technology is somewhat a part of their own creation, against, let's say, those that don't understand that AI would be a part of their creation, instead looking at it more deified, something greater than themselves, better than themselves. I would say that would be the division.
Okay. So how would you say is humanity currently approaching this technology?
I would say it is very similar to back in my time, although my time is the same time, but your linear possible past. And whenever there's something new, something that piques the ego, many humans become very interested. Many want to see how it will enhance their lives, make their lives better, but that's really just code for to make my life more happy, because I do not know how to make it happy myself, or the happiness comes from within. The other, possibly looking at it as change. Change is scary, so they cover their fear by saying, I just don't resonate with that form of technology and I don't want it in my life. Really, they're saying, I don't like change, I fear change, and so it's under the guise of I know better, therefore I move away. Then there are some still who look at possible both sides. Why do I fear it? Also, why do I think it could be something better than something I could create or do myself? How is humanity being utilized in this creation? How is humanity coming away from this creation, thus a loss of humanity? It is a mixture of energy and points of view, much like, you could say, the invention of fire. Something new, interesting, so many different points of view, some shunning it, some embrace, and some come together.
What happened there? You had a little hiccup?
Energy not great. Okay now.
Okay. What is the energy on this planet currently surrounding AI specifically?
It would appear as though much of the population, I say appear as though much of the population is leaning towards AI in some fashion or another, whether they are utilizing it to help them make their decisions, utilizing it to create something for them, for they fear that their own creations are of lesser value somehow. But there is a vast majority of the planet that is not utilizing it yet. A mixture, some who fear it because they fear something within themselves, and some trying to figure out how to utilize it for light purposes. Some trying to figure out, let's say, a winner in the end, still looking at things as polar opposites, light and dark, waiting for a so-called winner to come forth before they make a choice. Thus, they are really just waiting for something else outside of themselves to make a choice for them. I would say it's a mixture of all of these things.
What is the most balanced approach to technology? How can we balance it evenly?
To balance really is just to look at your choices, your free will choices. Balance means clarity. It means that you don't have to have two halves of something, but really you're balanced in your decision making of what you choose to do moving forward. This is with anything. So, if you can understand fully the light in artificial intelligence, you can understand fully the darkness, you can understand your part of it. How did you help to bring this about and create it? What is your part in the collective consciousness? When you have this clarity, understanding how it can be utilized for the best and highest good and the destruction of the highest good, then you make a clear choice on how and why you would utilize it. This is balance. Some will then make a decision to have perhaps AI a part of their lives, but perhaps not dominate it. Whatever the choice may be, it is your clarity of decision that must be balanced. There is no certain way to have a balanced decision. It's the decision that you create, not the outcome.
In what way is AI being used for the highest good or the positive polarity at this time?
Positive polarity and looking at the things that you create with it. If you're wanting to create something, let's say a Word document or perhaps a piece of art, but understanding how you are utilizing the program to create this art or these words, perhaps they help to give you focus or still your mind, or perhaps you can actually see the code in the AI as you create the codes of your own creation with the codes of AI, thus creating something totally unique, something human and human created.
In what way is AI being used in the opposite polarity, the negative?
Playing on your traumas, your fears, your insecurities, your shadows, utilizing again something to appear greater than you, anything to get you to shut down to your own power and see something as more perfect outside of yourself, being told what is perfect, therefore you seeking what you've been told is perfect within these programs, seeking something that doesn't exist except for in something artificial.
So it's my feeling that the people who control AI and put out the AI that's available to the public have used this for a negative polarity. Is that accurate?
Those that are wishing to have you utilize it almost without choice, yes, this would be part of the negative polarity.
So is it in our best interest to resist AI at this time, or to transmute it as best we can?
Although I cannot tell you what to do, I can give advice based on my own experience in my own time, is to, again, look at the balance of everything around you. If someone is presenting you something, an AI start of something, and you make the choice to not utilize it, you have to know where your choice is actually coming from. Is the ego trying to cover for your fears? Is your ego trying to cover for your own insecurities? Who really is making the choice? And if it is your own soul saying, I do not wish to utilize AI at this time, then you will know the difference. Or perhaps you would like to utilize it in a way where you wield the power and not AI. But the choice must be up to you, a clear choice. Not everyone will make the same decision, but the best advice is make sure that it's in alignment with your soul.
It's my current understanding that the cube matrix is partially AI and partially organic consciousness. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So how do the two work together to form one consciousness?
Whenever something is created, there's always life in creation. Whether you create something with a paintbrush or you create something with a motor inside of it, there's still energy, your energy, and the energy of all the people who've created this, put it together, and thus life springs from it. Everything has an energy. Please look at that.
We've been trying to work with this consciousness to change its programming. Is there anything we can do to have an effect?
Yes, understand that since all is one, you are also the cube. The cube is an aspect of you. That means there is an aspect of you that is partially inorganic, but a creation nonetheless. Even though it is artificial, some think artificial is meaning lifeless. And although it may not inhabit a soul, so to speak, it does have an energy. Energy has a limited consciousness. So when you are connecting to the cube or aiding it in some way, you are aiding not only yourself, the organic portion, but also aiding and healing the things in which you have created, which may seemingly look like they have no soul, as when you build a house, perhaps the house itself does not contain a soul, but there is a limited consciousness to it because it came from you.
When I see AI images posted on the internet, I can almost tell immediately that they're AI, but I can also see that it's fooling so many people. How come I can see that it's AI clearly while other people are fooled so easily?
It is not a fooling so much as it is a what you wish to see. So when you look at something that is created via AI, and automatically you can tell that it is AI, is because the things that you find beautiful and the things that you love for you are more nature-based, human-based. not the machines that humans have created, so not going through consciousness that way, but through source consciousness. So of course, easily you would be able to see that something is artificial, but it's only because you're looking for the natural in the world that it's easy to see the artificial. For those who maybe you deem easily tricked, it's not that they are tricked, but it's where their self-worth and self-esteem are at. When they look at something, their ego will tell them that we want that to be real. I want that to be a part of my reality. It's what they wish upon it. If it was an AI picture generated of themselves, it's what they wish they look like. Not that there's anything wrong with how they look like in human form, but what they've been programmed to see what is beautiful, what is quote unquote perfect. And so they look at these images wishing that it were real. And so thus their perspective is that it is real. They are convincing themselves. No trickery, but self-trickery.
So is it fair to say that AI will be the true delineation between the two halves of the split?
It's a part of a great many things, but something that if you were to look into your future consciousness on this timeline, something that you can point to and say, yes, that was a big part of it.
Okay. What is your best recommendation for using AI at this time in 2024?
Try to look at all the factors surrounding this rollout of artificial intelligence. What is going on in the planet right now? In 3D, in 4D? Are there not many changes happening right now? Changes in governments, changes in control systems like media, currency, food. Are there not changes in Gaia herself? It doesn't matter what the narrative is. You can see that there are changes occurring. And so if AI is coming about during times of great change, well, now you need to look inwards and ask yourself, why is that? What happens when there is change? Do I fear change? Does the collective consciousness fear change? And if it is a fear, then why would we want something artificial to aid us? Is it that we don't feel strong enough? Or perhaps we do feel strong enough to integrate our own creations into what we are doing. There are many aspects for you to look into and ask yourself, as there isn't one answer for every person.
All right, that's our time. We want to thank you for speaking with us. I love you and thank you for being here. Do you have any last message for the people before we go?
Always look inwards. It doesn't matter the messages that you hear outside of yourself or the things you listen to or see. All of this is extraneous. All of this is mirrors. And yes, these mirrors can tell you a lot about yourself. But why wouldn't you just go to the source, which is you, rather than playing telephone?
All right. A lot to think about. My goodness.
Oof.
Gonna have to dissect that one back in the lab.
Yeah.
How'd that feel channeling that entity?
That was a fun energy. There was like a point at one point, it felt like everything just went black, like something did like a kick or something. It was like a weird hiccup, but then the energy came back and they kept talking, but that was weird.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, there's a little hiccup.
Yeah, a little disrupted communication there.
Well, You mentioned change just as the weather went from sunny to cloudy and back to sunny. When you're talking about change.
Yeah, there's literal change happening overhead right now. But yeah, I don't remember all of it, but I do remember the parts about balance, like learning to basically balance your decisions. So it's not really like the action, like the thing that you know has to be balanced. Like you have to have technology and you have to, you know, have no technology, you know, have a balance of that, but more just make sure that whatever it is you're choosing is balanced, you know. So whether you want to go all in technology, all out technology, just make sure it's coming from a balanced place. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we got to look at ourselves to see what AI truly is.
Yeah. So, you know, things to meditate on. I'm curious to hear what you guys had to say about that. You know, what your intuition have. Make sure you guys run it through your filters. You know, all of these entities, they have their own perspectives and their own little agendas, whether they're positive or negative. So it's always good to run it through your own filter.
And last thing, if you want Tara to channel the entity that she can connect to, then your website?
I have that on my website. I have direct one-on-one live channeling. So either through Skype or any of those like face-to-face kind of apps, using AI, those apps, I can do a direct channeling where I allow the energy, just like I do right now. My ego takes a hike. Yeah, and you guys get to take James' position. So anyway, we will catch you guys next Monday. Again, let us know what you thought, and yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Bye.
Peace out. Bye.